Hi everyone, my name is Tanat Chinbunchorn, a technical support manager and research physician at the Institute of HIV Research and Innovation, Thailand. Today I'll be talking about my research, low proportion and retention rates among Thai men who have sex with men using event-driven PrEP. Here are my authors list. Here is the outline of my talk today. I will give a little bit of the background, objectives of my research, and the results thus far, and summarize the findings for you. The benefits of PrEP with TDF and FTC are clear, with more than 99% reduction in sexual transmission of HIV if taken correctly. For MSM populations, PrEP can either be taken daily or event-driven with high levels of effectiveness in clients with good adherence. Good adherence for daily PrEP is defined as taking more than 4 pills per week or taking the 2-1-1 formula correctly for ED PrEP. A WHO meta-analysis found higher efficacy rate of ED PrEP than for daily PrEP in MSM, although this difference did not reach statistical significance. The WHO has publicly endorsed ED PrEP in July 2019. In Thailand, PrEP is available for free by trained lay providers. However, the uptake of ED PrEP in Thailand has been low. PrEP is available for free in Thailand for key populations through the Princess PrEP program, available using Her Royal Highness Princess Somsoali Prevention Fund. More than half of PrEP users in the country are from the Princess PrEP program. In this program, trained lay providers are empowered and equipped with the knowledge to provide high-quality HIV services. Lay providers are members of the key populations themselves, so they truly understand the needs of their peers and provide service in a trusting, stigma-free environment. This program is implemented in 9 community-based organizations across 6 provinces in Thailand with high HIV burden. This is a picture illustrating the work of key populations by reaching other KPs through hotspots and recruiting them for HIV testing and offer HIV prevention services to those at risk. We aim to compare demographics and risk behaviors between clients accessing daily and ED PrEP through our Princess PrEP program. We also aim to determine retention and adherence, taking into consideration that in the context of PrEP, clients can stop taking PrEP whenever they are not at risk and restart in periods suited to their lifestyle. Hence, we aim to determine effective use. Clients accessing services between June 2018 and June 2019 were enrolled. Clients were followed up until December 2019 to allow for 6-month retention. Those who identify as MSM were offered between ED PrEP and daily PrEP and were able to switch at subsequent visits. Demographic information, sexual risk behaviors, and client preference for daily and ED PrEP were self-reported. Retention was determined at 1, 3, and 6 months after PrEP initiation. Effective use was defined as taking ED PrEP as instructed, or taking daily PrEP more than 4 pills per week while being at risk. Type of PrEP use was analyzed per each visit. Overall, 75% of clients were aged more than 25 years. The median age was 29. Looking at the behavioral characteristics, higher proportion of clients reporting multiple partners in daily PrEP than in ED PrEP. Similar proportions of group sex in both groups, and higher proportions of drug users in ED PrEP. This also includes alcohol and tobacco use, but both groups also had a high number of clients engaging in condomless sex. When asked about client preference to PrEP regimen, those who chose daily PrEP reported that they feared that they might not be able to take ED PrEP correctly, or that they engage in frequent sex. Most common reasons for choosing ED PrEP included the ability to plan when to have sex, or fear from side effects of having to take PrEP every day. In terms of retention, we found higher rates of retention in daily PrEP than in ED PrEP at month 1, 3, and 6. After analyzing the client's adherence by their PrEP visits, we found that 80% of daily PrEP users were taking it regularly. Almost 70% of ED PrEP users were found to have taken it correctly. A smaller proportion of clients were taking PrEP irregularly. To determine whether the client had effectively used PrEP or not, we looked at their risk profiles while taking PrEP incorrectly. Of those who reported irregular use, 1/3 of daily PrEP clients and half of ED PrEP clients reported always using condoms, although higher proportions of clients reporting always using condoms in ED PrEP. We also found low proportions of drug and needle injection use. In conclusion, we found low proportion of clients choosing ED PrEP compared to daily PrEP. Retention was also lower in ED PrEP. However, high proportions of effective use were found in both groups, that is, those who have taken it correctly while being at risk. 2/3 of daily PrEP clients and half of ED PrEP clients who reported inadequate adherence to PrEP were actually at risk through condomless sex, which is a low proportion of all visits. But we need to identify and recounsel those clients. The lower retention in ED PrEP might be because clients engaging in infrequent sex might complete follow-up visits when they require PrEP refills. So, we might need to consider PrEP effective use for program monitoring instead of using a conventional way of measuring retention and adherence regardless of risk. Providers may need to be more flexible to allow and empower clients to be able to tailor PrEP use according to their risks, that is, switch between daily and ED PrEP, rather than to follow strict dosing and scheduled visits. Thank you very much for your time. This is the end of my presentation.